watching the station covering all of the DMV. This is DC News Now.
Well, good afternoon, and thank you for joining us for the news at noon. I'm Mark Hall. It is a DMV first warm day in the region, and heavy rain could certainly soak the area and could lead to some potential flooding. Meteorologist Brittany Ward joins us now with the latest check on the forecast. And Brittany, the floor is yours.
Yes, you know, as we head through the day today, Mark, you want to make sure you are staying weather aware. We are going to be tracking those heavy downpours as well as those stronger later today that could have the potential for some flooding. So satellite and radar right now showing you the overall picture. We are pretty quiet across the region. We are starting to see a few clouds begin to work their way in, and it looks like back off to our west out towards Garrett County. They are starting to see some showers begin to develop, but that system still well off to our west, impacting Ohio, parts of Kentucky right now. That storm system is what we're going to be keeping an eye out on today. This is going to push through our area tonight into tomorrow, producing those heavier downpours. So what to expect as we head through the rest of your day today? Some peaks of sunshine heading through that 1 o'clock hour closer to the district. We really don't start to see those storms begin to get going between that 2 to 3 o'clock hour. Right around 4 o'clock, still going to be holding on to those chances of storms in the forecast across parts of the region. And then tonight we start to see more scattered rain and storms across the area. So we're looking at the storm threats. The main threat today will be those heavy downpours. We do have a flood watch that will be going in effect tonight for the entire region and last until about tomorrow morning. Also going to be keeping an eye out on winds. Winds will slowly begin to pick up as that storm system continues to move through. We can't rule out small hail, and the tornado threat is low, but it is not zero. So looking ahead to the weekend, Saturday, still going to be holding on to a few showers and storms with highs mainly getting into the 70s. Then come Sunday, we start to dry things out. It's a lot nicer. So overall, make sure to stay weather aware as we head through the rest of the day today. So keep it here, Mark. We'll have a full breakdown of that forecast, the timing of those storms, and what to expect coming up in just a bit.
All right, Brittany, and happening today due to the potential flooding in our area that Brittany was just talking about, Allegheny County Public Schools will be dismissing 3 hours earlier. They say it's out of precaution due to the already saturated ground and a flood watch, which will go into effect around 4 p.m. Well, there's help for renters and small businesses hit by severe flooding in western Maryland. Last month has seen heavy rain across the DMV, especially in Allegheny County. The floods left several roads closed and prompted evacuations and emergency responses. Emergency shelters are open in Allegheny and Garrett counties to help those who've been impacted, and we have a full list on our website, dcnewsnow.com. Well, the Trump administration is turning up the pressure on sanctuary cities that limit cooperation with immigration laws and ICE. Administration released a list of over 500 jurisdictions accused of blocking federal immigration efforts and could face consequences. DC News Now's Yamari Sase has the latest.
The new list from the Department of Homeland Security exposes hundreds of counties and cities that allegedly do not cooperate with immigration laws, and some of those cities are right here in the DMV. Some are looking to make changes while others are not.
It is a danger to our democracy when the president is threatening state and local jurisdictions by reducing their funds or holding those funds because they are simply serving and protecting their constituents.
Ninfa Amador Hernandez, policy manager with CASA, responding to DHS's warning to 500 sanctuary cities for defying immigration laws.
These states have laws in place that limit their cooperation with ICE. States and localities should not be doing ICE's job.
Areas on the list include Prince George's County, Montgomery County, Alexandria, and Washington, D.C. DHS says the goal is to keep Americans safe and urges states to change their policies. Part of the Trump administration's push to deport undocumented immigrants.
We've seen ICE, quote unquote, do its job by violating constitutional rights. More and more immigrant families, and even just families all around, regardless of their status, are concerned.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser recently proposed repealing the city's sanctuary law.
We don't think that having it in statute is the way to go.
After the list was released, the city of Alexandria responded, saying in part, the city is committed to upholding the constitutional and civil rights of all people, regardless of their immigration status.
By having laws that simply serve and protect immigrants is not a simple or a direct violation of federal law.
Now, each city can expect to receive a formal non-compliance notification and also a potential violations of federal criminal statutes. For now, reporting in Alexandria, Virginia, I'm Yamar Sase, DC News Now.
All right, thanks to Yamari. New today, a Virginia federal employee is in custody for allegedly trying to give classified information to a foreign government. Authorities arrested Nathan Lotch yesterday. He's an IT specialist for a Defense Intelligence Agency. Lotch is accused of giving away national defense information. They say that Lotch was communicating with an undercover FBI agent, believing the agent was an official with a foreign government. Well, in the district, police are investigating a deadly shooting near Howard University. They say a man was killed yesterday afternoon around 3 on Berry Place. Police say that they're looking for 2 teenage suspects. And we're learning the name of the man killed in a shooting on 14th Street in Northwest earlier this week. Investigators say that Henry Crutchfield was shot and killed on Logan Circle Tuesday morning. 35-year-old died at the scene. Police are still looking for the shooter. In downtown D.C., the Capitol Jewish Museum's doors are open once again, just over a week after 2 Israeli embassy staffers were shot and killed there. Flowers remain outside the museum, where Yarn Lashinsky and Sarah Milgram's lives were honored. Now, Beatrice Gerwitz, who heads the museum, says that she knows that people still are grappling with the recent tragedy, but believes it's important for the museum to reopen now more than ever.
You face anti-Semitic violence that grows out of dehumanization of the Jewish people, and we are telling stories of Jewish lives and the richness and diversity of the Jewish world, and that seems essential, and I hope people will join us and visit the museum.
Museum's board president says the work being done in the future will be dedicated to the memories of Yarn and Sarah. The suspect in this case is due back in court June 18th. He's charged with first-degree murder. The recent violence in the district is impacting so many families, including neighbors in Southeast. That's where community safety meeting took place to address their concerns. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg was there.
Year to date, D.C. has seen almost the same amount of homicides as last year.
People need to stop being violent. I mean, what do it prove? Nothing.
This week started with a triple shooting in Congress Heights on Monday, where 1 person died.
Some folks are living in fear.
ANC Commissioner Salim Adofo, who's running for the open Ward 8 council seat, organized a virtual meeting with fellow commissioners to find solutions.
This is the opportunity for us to not reinvent the wheel, but to say, hey, if you got something that's already in place, let us know so we can share the information.
Several dozen leaders and neighbors in Ward 8 logging in to discuss needs in the community.
I'm happy to help in any way, whether that's, mentorship, legal services, anything like that.
Tangible solutions include reporting blighted buildings and abandoned cars to possibly prevent drug or gang activity. They discussed the need for physical upkeep in the neighborhood and the need for better relationships with police.
It's very important to have clean neighborhoods because it's a public safety ecosystem. It's not just the law enforcement piece.
Adofo says it takes the community working in sync to stop the killings.
This isn't gonna be solved tonight, right? It has to be a continuous conversation. We're gonna get some marching orders, and we're gonna have to come back and continuously work to refine the plan and keep working with other people.
Early voting expanding in the Commonwealth in Loudoun County. That includes extended hours and the ability to vote on Saturday. Election officials say that they're also adding 3 more voting centers. A reminder that you can register to vote both up on Election Day. One GOP congressman wants to rebrand WMATA, turning it to WMAGA, and Metro Rail and the Trump train. Florida Representative Greg Stwabe was seen handing out Trump train tickets on Capitol Hill. The legislation would force the change, or Congress would withhold federal funding. Representative says that WMATA needs to be reformed, and Metrorail says it provides safe, clean, reliable transportation for 600,000 customers a day from D.C., Maryland, and Virginia, and is the second busiest system in the country. Meantime, WMATA has been making major changes to its metro stations, from automated trains and tap and go, and potential staffing changes for station managers. The union says that this could be dangerous. The union claims that having station managers allows for quicker responses to emergencies and passenger concerns. The union says that some stations impacted are Farragut North and West, LaFont Plaza and the Smithsonian, and Judiciary Square.
history of being here, we explain to any new administration there are provisions of why things have been put in place. We would rather sit down and have a serious conversation with the jurisdiction to see how we can actually fund our system better so we can keep it safe. Because unmanned stations, unmanned trains, when you take the human element out of what we do, it's a disaster waiting to happen.
WMATA responding, saying there will be a minor change at the Farragut North Station where there will be 2 managers instead of 3 on weeknights. And the agency is saying, quote, any suggestion that stations are or will be understaffed are false. A heads up, the district's Alcoholic Beverage and Cannabis Administration says almost 90 clubs and bars are approved to be open around the clock during the major events this summer. Clubs and bars can be open 24 hours a day until June 9th for World Pride, and they can also stay open on June 18th to 22nd and then the 26th for FIFA Club World Games. Officials say that alcohol at these locations will be served until 4 a.m.
ECLAIRCISSEMENT. That is correct.
Faison in the zone. You're looking at the winner of this year's Scripps National Spelling Bee. Faison Zaki took the crown last night at the National Harbor after overcoming a mistake. Well, again, Faison was the runner-up in last year's Spelling Bee competition, losing in a tiebreaker, and he's heading back to Texas with more than $50,000 as his first place prize. Congratulations to him.